Hello students, welcome to e-learning of English and I'm here with your class 11th snapshot book Chapter 3 Ranga's Marriage written by Masti Venkatesha Iyengar. Here the biography of the writer in very short. He was born on 6th June 1891, Hongshalli, Molar, Tolak, Kolar district, Karnataka. He died on 6th June 1986 at the age of 95, Bangalore. His pet name was Srinivasa Masti. Occupation, he was a district commissioner, professor as well as writer. His genre was writing of fiction and subjects in Kannada literature. And his literary movement in Kannada literature, Navodaya, New Birth and Navodaya. Now here the detail of the writer, Masti Venkatesha Iyengar. He was born on 6th June 1891 and he died on June 6, 1986. Was a well-known writer in Kannada language. He was the fourth person among 8 recipients of Jnanpith Award for Kannada, the highest literary honor conferred in India. He was popularly referred to as Masti Kannada Asti, which means Masti is Kannada's treasure. He is most renowned for his short stories. He wrote under the pen name Srinivasa. He was honored with the title Rajaswastakota by the Maharaja of Mysore, Nalvadi Krishna Raja Vadiyar. Here the introduction of the lesson, Ranga's marriage. The story revolves around Ranga, the accountant's son who got the opportunity to go out of the village to study. The narrator takes you through a journey where he changes Ranga's perception about marriage, how he stays their union with the help of a Shastri, and what role English has played in their village. The entire story involves funny instances and references, for the narrator has made sure your mind stays occupied with the story. The moral of the story is to live your life in the way as best and don't let anyone tell you how to live your life. Make your own choices, make mistakes and learn from them. Now the title of the chapter. The title, Ranga's Marriage, is justified, as the narrator does not want to give his story a fancy title. Also, the whole story centers around getting the young man Ranga married. While Ranga does not want to get married, the narrator is determined to get him tied the knot. The English term marriage has been aptly used instead the corresponding word in the local language. This is because the villagers in the village where Ranga stayed did not know English. The author himself was not a big fan of the language. However, Ranga was the first person from the village to go to another place and study English. As a result, when he returned, the villagers thought that his perspective would have changed when he returned to the village. Now the summary in detail. Ranga is a boy living in the village of Hongshalli in Mysore. He goes to Bangalore to receive English medium education. Upon returning to the village, all the villagers fled to his place to notice any change in the boy. However, to their disappointment, Ranga is the same as he was before. He even greeted everyone with Namaskar and thus everyone left. The village of Hoshali is a nice village with a very good mangoes. Hoshali is a small village which is not even that famous. After the villagers have left Ranga's house, the narrator strays back to his place to talk to him. Thus they started talking, and the narrator thought it would be a good idea to find a suitable girl for Ranga. Is not thinking of a marriage just yet and wishes to marry to only a mature and admirable girl. Thus the narrator decides that he will surely get Ranga married. He feels that Ratna would be a perfect match for Ranga. Ratna belongs to a big town and is an expert in playing musical instruments like veena and harmonium. Thus he decides to call Ratna deliberately when Ranga was visiting. Upon seeing Ratna, she mesmerizes Ranga. However, the narrator plays a game and lies to Ranga that she is married. This disappoints Ranga as he starts liking her. As per the narrator's plan, he takes Ranga to an astrologer. Ranga has already made arrangements which astrologer and everything was pre-planned. So the astrologer asks questions to Ranga which helps him admit the fact that he likes Ratna. The problem of her marriage was at the head. Nonetheless, the astrologer tells Ranga that he is in love with a girl whose name resembles Ratna. Upon hearing this, Ranga gets very happy, but he becomes sad again because she is not available. Thus, upon confirmation that Ranga loves Ratna, he decides to set up their marriage. The narrator goes to Ratna's house to ask her hand in marriage for Ranga. Finally, the story fast forwards to 10 years later. Ranga is visiting the narrators to his son's third birthday. We learn that Ranga and Ratna got married, and Ranga named their son after the narrator who made the marriage happen. Here the students, the conclusion of the Ranga's marriage. Here we learn about the beauty of that village and its custom and traditions. Plus it highlights the struggle to preserve our culture against westernization. Here some difficult words with their meaning is mentioned so that you can write in your copy. Question answer also mentioned here, and just go through all this question answer and write down in your copy. Four questions were there, answers, and so that you can have better understanding and you can do it in your copy. And here students, some self-assessment questions are there and 5 questions are there. Just go through all these questions and try to answer all these questions properly in your classwork copy. Thank you students.